So today involved a lot of running errands and doing some minor spring garden chores. So I thought I'd share some of those with you, which it started with getting these things out into some actual sunlight. So it's the 1st of March, and of course it's Saturday, so I'm letting my poor little seedlings spend a little time outside. It's a beautiful day here in North Texas, and I'm very happy with how these are turning out for my first round. Some of the tomatoes are looking a little crispy under the grow lights, and my setup really doesn't allow for me to put them any further apart. And here's the smaller ones. I think I'm going to try to pot some of the ones up in these little plugs, and I might see about trying to get this Swiss chard in the ground before I leave for my business trip to New Orleans. So while I had these out here, I potted them back up into larger pots, the ones that seemed viable. I don't think the chamomile is going to make it. I didn't seem to have the dirt packed down well enough. Same goes for those chives. I still have these chives, which are doing fine, but yeah. Fewer overall pots, larger ones taking up about the same amount of space as they were before. So that's where we're at right now. So I also had to go to Home Depot today as one of my many errands, and I had to pick up some things that my wife had ordered for a project of hers, as she is out of town when they came in, which meant I bought something for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in the ground. I'm pretty excited. It has a few leaves on it. I got a pair of raspberries last year from Home Depot, and I think I've mentioned it before. I have about a 50% success rate with plants I get from there, and I'm not sure which of the two survived. Same goes for the blackberries. I do have 3 blackberries coming in from Stark Brothers, and I've always had success with those plants unless someone is deliberately trying to kill them. I'll tell you the story about my last batch of blackberries one day, but I'm not quite still hostile about it. It's been 5 years. I'm still hostile about it. Anyway, time to get this in the ground. She is in the ground. I need to remove that cup. I was using that as a squash bug trap last year. And this is the previous one. You can see it's starting to put on some new growth there, and starting to see a little bit of, so you can focus on that. It wants to focus it on the ground behind it. Darn it, there we go. You see a little bit of green coming up on the stem. My blackberry that survived from last year. I guess it was part of a 2-pack that I got from Home Depot, and one survived. I was careful when I bought the raspberry this time to make sure that there was green on it and that it was a functional plant. So this is another errand I ran today. I feel like I ran a lot. I got 2 bales of straw to use to mulch in the garden. It feels like most of what I got last fall has already composted down. Hopefully this will be enough to take care of everything I need to do. Let's see. I went to Home Depot. I bought a raspberry plant. Did this. I went to Costco and I bought 3 more bags of potting soil and a wind chime my wife wanted. So I need to get to work spreading the straw. Well, I got through 1 bale of straw, and I think that might have been just barely enough. There's some areas where I could probably fill in. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I was trying to get as much done. Next, I need to focus on getting all these things picked up that the kids have just placed randomly when I asked them to move them from another location, but I'll get that taken care of. In the meantime, I also am so tired because I had to move compost before I could mulch. I needed to level out beds. So this is where the bunching onions were that I'd moved the other day. There was a nice dip in the soil, so I topped that off, as well as a few other places. I mulched a bit around the roses. I could do a better job of that. I'll probably do that during the week. This is that aged chicken bedding. I might top that off with some more straw to kind of cover the little bare spots. And then that's where I got the leaves. But as you can see, all of this area has gotten done. I did a little thinner in places where I had seeds that I thought might need light to germinate. And then in other areas, I have it pretty thick. As the seeds germinate and I have actual plants there, I'll use the other straw bale to fill that in. Otherwise, I'm kind of done and I'm very tired. I'm going to go in and have a big glass of water and have that rotisserie chicken I got from Costco because I do not feel like cooking. Anyway, thank you. If you're enjoying these little garden updates, please like and subscribe. And thank you for taking the time to watch this.